Have you ever found yourself lost for words when you're around your crush? Let's face it, we've all been there, tongue-tied and floundering, desperately scrambling for something interesting to say. But here's the good news. Conversation, my dear friends, is an art that can be learned, honed, and mastered. Why is conversation so important, you ask? Well, it's the very foundation of any connection we forge, especially in the realm of dating. A good conversation can be the key that opens the door to deeper understanding, shared interests, and yes, even romance. And starting that conversation, that's a skill unto itself. It sets the tone, it breaks the ice, and it can mean the difference between a delightful chat and an awkward silence. It might seem intimidating, but don't fret. Like any skill, it can be learned, and with practice, it can become second nature. Remember, there's no magic formula, but there are proven strategies that can make the process easier. Before you dive in, it's crucial to do a bit of preparation. Now, I'm not suggesting you write a script or rehearse lines. No, what I'm talking about is understanding your crush's interests. It's about knowing what makes them tick. You see, when you know what someone is passionate about, it gives you an opening for a conversation that they'll actually be interested in. Think about it. If they're a film buff, wouldn't it be great to discuss the latest blockbuster or indie gem? If they're into fitness, how about sharing your own experiences or asking for advice? The trick is to find a topic that appeals to both of you. But here's the catch. You must also have a basic understanding of their interest. You don't need to be an expert, but a little knowledge goes a long way in showing that you care. Preparation is key, but remember, it's equally important to be genuine and authentic. Now that you're prepared, it's time to initiate the conversation. Picture this. Your heart is racing, palms are sweaty, but you're ready. You've done your homework and you're armed with knowledge about your crush's interests. So how do you kickstart the dialogue? Firstly, use open-ended questions. You're not in a courtroom, so avoid questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no. Instead, ask about their opinions, feelings, and experiences. For instance, instead of asking, "Do you like jazz?" you might say, "What do you love about jazz music?" This encourages them to share more about their thoughts and opens up avenues for deeper conversation. Next, comment on a shared experience. It could be something as mundane as the weather or as exciting as the concert you both attended last weekend. The key here is to find common ground, a mutual experience that you can both relate to. It's like saying, "Hey, we're in this together," and who wouldn't appreciate that? Now, let's say you've done your research and you know about a topic they're passionate about. This is your golden ticket. Bring up this topic, but tread lightly. You don't want to come off as a stalker who's been rummaging through their social media profiles. A subtle mention like, I heard this new indie band that I thought you might like," can go a long way. And here's a bonus tip. Be genuine and show interest in their responses. Nothing is more attractive than someone who actually listens. So nod, smile, and show them that you're truly engaged in what they're saying. But hold your horses. You're not there to give a TED talk or to show off your extensive vocabulary. You're there to connect, to understand, and to build a relationship. Don't make it about impressing them, make it about getting to know them. Remember, the goal is to engage your crush in a conversation, not to impress them with your knowledge or wit. Starting a conversation is one thing, but how do you keep it going? Well, keeping a conversation flowing can sometimes feel like a daunting task, particularly when the person you're conversing with is someone you're interested in. But worry not, for we've got some tips that can assist you in sailing smoothly through this endeavor. Firstly, show genuine interest in what your crush is saying. This isn't merely about nodding your head or maintaining eye contact. It's about engaging with their words, their stories. Express your interest through your reactions. A surprised, "Really?" or an empathetic, "That must have been tough," can go a long way in demonstrating your involvement in the conversation. Then we have the art of asking follow-up questions. This is a vital skill to master, as it not only shows your interest, but also propels the conversation forward. If your crush mentions a recent trip, ask about their favorite part of the journey, or if they talk about a book they've read, ask what they liked most about it. These questions will not only keep the conversation going, but also provide you with valuable insights into your crush's preferences and personality. Another powerful tool in your conversational arsenal is sharing relevant experiences or stories. If your crush shares an experience, feel free to share a similar one of your own. This creates a sense of shared understanding and can make your crush feel more comfortable around you. Remember, the key here is relevance. Your story should connect to the topic at hand, not veer off course. Lastly, remember that a conversation is not a monologue. While it's essential to listen, it's equally important to contribute. A good conversation is like a dance, with each participant taking turns leading and following. Don't just be a passive listener. Engage, respond, and add your own thoughts and experiences into the mix. Keeping a conversation going is about balance. Listen attentively, but don't forget to contribute to the conversation as well. Now that you've had a great conversation, what's next? Well, it's essential to wrap up your chat on a high note. You've spent this time nurturing a connection, so you'll want to leave things in a positive light. Perhaps you could express how much you've enjoyed the conversation. A simple, "I've really enjoyed talking with you," can do wonders. Moreover, it's crucial to express your interest in continuing the dialogue. You might say, "I'd love to continue this conversation sometime," or "How about we chat more over coffee?" This subtly communicates your intentions and opens the door for future interactions. Finally, don't forget to follow up after the conversation. A simple message or call to reiterate how much you enjoyed the chat can reinforce the connection you've made. It's a small gesture, but it can make a world of difference. Remember, starting a conversation is just the first step. The real magic happens as you get to know each other better.